Adi Godrej, the chairman of Godrej Group, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Godrej. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. A pleasure talking to you, as always. Before we start talking about business, so we are talking about 1999. We're completing 17 years. It's our birthday. You have achieved so much. I remember looking at you on TV and, various achievements from 1999 onwards, which has been the most special achievement.
Well, I would first of all let me start by congratulating all of you at CNBC on this 17th birth anniversary, and I'd like to also congratulate all your viewers. I think in the last 17 years, I think our biggest achievement perhaps has been our expansion globally. Now about 35% of our sales turnover for our group comes from outside India, and particularly for Godrej consumer products, more than half our turnover comes from outside India. And that growth through acquisition has been very good for us, and I would say that's perhaps the hallmark of the last 17 years.
Okay. And I'm sure the next 17 years will bring more hallmarks and landmarks to the venerated group of Godrejes. Thank you, sir, for joining in. Coming back to business then, we'd spoken to you, on demonetization a couple of weeks ago, and at that time you'd indicated that, yeah, little cash is coming in, but it's still clearly not sufficient. Business is getting impacted. Wholesale sales are very low. Could you give us, a status check how things currently stand, and what has been the impact on the company's business for GCPL so far in the last 1 month?
The situation has improved very considerably, and our sales are doing quite well now, and we hope to end the quarter quite well. More cash is coming into the market. Also, consumers are adjusting to using other means of payment. So overall, November has not been bad for us, and we are expecting December will be very good.
So sales
also
are back?
Because in November, we expect sales to be back to reasonable normalcy by the end of the quarter.
Well, so Mr. Godrej, then you're not, in terms of revenues, we shouldn't be looking at a degrowth for your third quarter, and quarter four you expect it to be absolutely normal. We'll see growth coming in there?
Yes. Now it's very difficult to absolutely predict things, but yeah. I don't expect a degrowth during this quarter, and I expect the next quarter not only to be normal but could be very good. And 2017-18, if the GST comes in, could be excellent. Okay.
When we last spoke to you, you indicated that GCPL at least does not work on credit. Because of the unprecedented situation that we were in the last 1 month, did you have to change that stance? Are you now extending credit? And is that going to be a normal going forward?
We have extended a little credit to overcome the immediate situation, nothing much. So it hasn't affected our operations in any material manner, and we don't think there'll be need to extend credit going forward.
Okay. And any outlook, sir, on ad spends? Has the Godrej Group cut down on ad spends? Because many of your peers have spoken about even a 50% cut in ad spends in November and December.
Yes, many people have cut their ad spends. In fact, in November, our ad spends were higher than in last November because we had committed to these ad spends, because we had made a lot of new innovative launches which needed advertising backing up. In December, perhaps our ad spends will be lower than the last December. But overall, I think going forward, ad spends will be normal from the next quarter onwards.
All right, Mr. Godrej, I just want to focus on your soaps segment. What kind of volumes can we see over there? PFAD prices, they have increased as well, so input costs is going out. How are you going to combat that?
Prices will have to be adjusted depending on the cost. In the past, costs had gone down, and we had increased our promotions, etc. Now, as you rightly say, input costs are going up. Crude oil has also gone up. Right. So in consumer products, we adjust prices according to cost.
So what kind of...
And overall, we have several programs which keep cutting our overhead costs, etc., which also help.
If prices go up, then sir, could we see a bit of a hit on your volumes? What kind of volumes are you working with, particularly for your soaps business?
No, we don't think so. We don't think small price changes
Will
affect volumes, especially when all competitors tend to do it.
Okay. When we last spoke to you, you also indicated that the international business should be better in the second half of the year compared to the first half. Is that on track, and what should be the growth rates expected?
Well, we don't give forecasts and predictions, but yes, I think our international business overall has also done quite well, and we expect a good fourth quarter.
Okay. All right, sir. We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us on our very special day, and we hope to continue, your association with the channel for many years ahead as well. Let's